Hey guys, so today's video is going to be all about OnlyFans. So this isn't something I really was thinking of talking about again on my YouTube channel, but I posted about my OnlyFans on my Instagram and you guys seemed really interested and had a lot of questions. So then I decided, all right, let's open up the questions about OnlyFans and talk about it. If you are coming to my channel and don't know, I normally just make LGBT content, a lot of like lesbian content, humorous lesbian content, that type of thing, or like educational. So I just didn't think that my audience cared that much about this, but you guys seem to have a lot of questions, especially being a person in the LGBT community and posting on OnlyFans. I feel like you guys had a lot of questions about that. We'll just jump into it. So I'll start out with what I post and how I got started. I started posting, I want to say in December 2019. So it's been quite a few months now that I've been doing it. When I started out, I was only posting like bikini photos or like in lingerie, that type of thing. Or if I would do topless, I would cover myself. I'll just get straight to it. I do a lot more now as I got comfortable with it and kind of changed my mindset towards the industry. Basically, I post a lot more now, a lot more risque, okay? And to each their own, you don't have to post anything you don't want to, but you can still have an OnlyFans. OnlyFans is just a platform for creators to charge for their content. So you could really post anything on there. I got started not because I know a lot of people kind of get into this industry, or they all started when like the pandemic hit and they kind of needed a way to make money. I started way before that. I have digital marketing company, and so I have a few different clients. So I wasn't really in like a financial struggle or any of that. I was more just curious. I've always kind of been curious of like sex work in the porn industry and all of that. I don't know why. It was always something that I was fascinated by, I guess. So when I heard about it, I was interested, and then when I saw that one of my friends was doing it, I was like, all right, I just have to get into it. I have to try it and see how I feel. And honestly, it took off and has now it is like a majority of my income. So it's pretty cool how it's evolved, and I will get into a little bit more of the financial stuff as we go down the questions. Another question was about advice. They were kind of thinking about getting into OnlyFans. I do want to start with saying that this is not for everybody. I think me 3-4 years ago, if you would have said, oh, you're gonna be posting nudes and getting paid for it, I would have been like, no, I can't do that, no way. But now as I've evolved and changed and I feel way more comfortable in who I am and what I do with my body, it's my choice. Now I just feel a little bit different about it. But yeah, it's not for everybody. Your nudes might be leaked. You can't control that. You have to think about what type of industry you're in and the job that you have right now. I have always been like a tattooed girl. I've worked in digital marketing and graphic design and that type of stuff, so it's been a very open industry that I've been in before. I've been on social media for a long time. You have to think about these factors before you go into it. So my advice is take your time and really think about what you're doing and what you're gonna end up posting. Because like I said, you don't have to post nudes. You could just choose to post videos of you talking or whatever it is and have your supporters pay for it. So my advice is to think about it. Think about where you want to be in 10 years and what type of career you want to have. I am choosing this as my career path because I feel confident in the direction that I'm going in. So you just have to think about those things. One of the questions is, do people you know in real life follow your OnlyFans? How do you feel about that? Yes, actually a lot of people that I know in real life follow my OnlyFans, and a lot of people that I've like known from high school follow my OnlyFans, and I can tell because a lot of the times their username is their actual name. Not all the time. Sometimes it's like the town I live in or my area code, not my personal area code because I have an LA area code now. Yeah, like the town I grew up in, it'll be like the area code. Like I can just tell that it's from where I grew up. So yeah, a lot of people I know follow my OnlyFans, and I don't actually feel any sort of way about it. I honestly feel kind of happy and like thankful. Like, thank you for supporting me and paying my bills. Like, it means a lot to me, and I'm not just saying that in like a pay my bills type of way. I'm saying like thank you, honestly. Yeah, just thanks for supporting me. I think we all have this stigma against people that post kind of risque things and people that look at risque things, but everyone's watched porn before. You have to kind of respect the people that you're watching, and so I don't feel any sort of way if someone follows me that I know. Actually, some of my friends have told me that they've gone on my OnlyFans. Maybe they were just curious, or maybe it turns them on. I don't know. You know, we all have fantasies and stuff like that. So I think it's human nature to be curious and human nature to have sexual fantasies. So, do you make good money off of OnlyFans? I don't think I would be doing it if I didn't make a good amount of money. It's not, like, it is something that I like to do in general. Like, I'm having fun with it. I have gained so much confidence in myself. But I don't think I would do it if I wasn't making money. So yeah, I do make good money. Like I said, I have other income besides this. This is just a part of what I do, but it is a huge chunk of it. I want to say sometimes half of what I make total a month, and sometimes it's like a third of what I make, but that's still a huge chunk of my overall income. Do you try to appeal to men on OnlyFans as a lesbian? First off, I don't post lesbian content. Like, I don't have another girl with me ever. I don't market myself as a lesbian. I mean, obviously I make lesbian content on YouTube and on TikTok, but I'm not like saying I'm a lesbian, follow me on OnlyFans. I don't market myself like that. I market myself like on Twitter and Reddit, and I just kind of market myself as myself. Hello, do you like my body or not? Follow me. Like, that's kind of what, how I market myself. I don't market myself as lesbian because I don't post lesbian content. Are you making fetish content for guys who do like lesbian content? No, I do. I'm open to like anybody's fetishes. If they want to like sext or whatever and they want me to say certain things, like, I'm open to that if they have certain fetishes or kinks, but I don't like market myself like that. Do you know what gender follows you most on OnlyFans? It is mostly male. Since I opened up the conversation on my Instagram, I have gotten a few lesbian followers, or like in the LGBT women followers. So I think I have like a few now, and I'm happy about that. They're all super sweet and I love chatting with them on there. So yeah, I do have a few women followers, but most of the time it is men. When you live with a woman eventually, is she supposed to wait in another room while you're making content for your OnlyFans? I thought this question was really funny because I live with 2 other people right now. I have a roommate and then I live with my sister, and I'm still able to make content. Like, they go to work and I can just do it in my room or with the door closed if they're here. I don't feel like I need to, I don't know, like, it doesn't seem weird to me. Like, they're not here all the time. And then also, if I was with somebody, with a woman that I lived with that was like my partner, obviously it'd be even less weird because they have seen my body. So they could be in the room, it's not a big deal, or they can go off and go to work and do their own thing. I don't need to be with them 100% of my time. It would be less weird if I lived with my girlfriend and I was making content. I feel like it's more weird that I have roommates. Would you make couples content if you were in a relationship? So I would love that. I don't think everybody is as interested in making content as I am. Like, I don't know if the person I end up with is going to be into that. But if they are, then I would love to do that just because I think it'd be fun and kind of exciting. Obviously, it would have to be up to that person too. I obviously have to be with somebody that's open to me doing this because 1, I've already done it, so they're gonna have to accept that I've already done it, and then 2, I'm not gonna change myself for somebody else. I'm gonna stick to doing whatever makes me happy, so they're just gonna have to be okay with that. I feel like I'd be with somebody that's open enough to want to do that with me, but who knows? You know, it depends on what their career is and what they're doing with their life and how comfortable they feel. Would you date an OnlyFans subscriber? So I'm not really interested in dating at all right now, but I wouldn't say no. Just depends on the person, you know? This question is, are you a porn star? And I know I've talked about like sex work a lot already in this video and porn, but I would not consider myself a porn star. I think porn is, for me personally, my definition of porn is like somebody that's having sex on camera. I'm not doing that, so I just wouldn't consider myself a porn star. Yeah, I don't know. That's just not what I think of myself as a little bit closer to like a suicide girl or a cam girl. Obviously it is in the sex work industry, and it is in like the porn industry almost. So you can consider it that if you want to. I'm not like offended by that, and I don't think anybody should be. I feel like we all have this stigma against porn stars, and like that's why you're asking. You're like, oh my gosh, is this porn? And you have to remember that you probably have seen porn before. You probably have watched porn before. You've probably gotten off by porn before, and that's a human being that you're watching, and you are just as like, you're part of the industry by watching it. So don't hate on the person that you're like getting off to. Like, that person is doing that for you. I just don't see anything wrong with it. It's obviously a huge industry, and they're all human beings. These are all human people, and they don't deserve disrespect because you're literally using their content. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Also, a lot of the people making content like this are not as sexual as you might think, or having as much sex as you might think. There's probably just a regular girl out there that's not even making content that's having way more sex than a porn star. So you don't know anybody's life unless you're a part of it, unless you're in it, and even then you don't really know somebody. So are you going to cancel your OnlyFans when you're in a relationship? No, I'm not going to. I'm gonna keep doing what I want to do. I would cancel it only if I felt like I wanted to, and if it was my decision. I wouldn't just cancel. Like, I can't take back the fact that I've already done this. This isn't something I can erase now, and I don't want to, and so I'm gonna keep doing what makes me happy and what I feel comfortable doing, and whoever I end up with hopefully is as open-minded as I am, and that's the type of person that I'd want to be with. Since you've been doing it for a while, have you had a moment of regret? And if so, how did you change your mind? I have not had a moment of regret, and I am thankful for that. I feel like the reason why I haven't had a moment of regret is because I started off very slow. I'm still not doing anything that I don't feel comfortable with. I'm taking it slow. I've taken my time with it and thought everything through, and I'm doing everything at my own pace. I haven't had to have a moment of regret. I'm sure I'm human. I might one day be like, oh, why did I choose to do this? At this moment, I haven't had any regrets. I feel really confident, and I feel like empowered within myself. I just feel like I'm doing something that's like supposed to be in my path through life. Like, this is just part of it, and I'm happy with that, and I don't have any regrets. I do have moments of like, oh no, hopefully this person doesn't see or whatever, but I think that's normal, and I think when you're making this type of content, like, you're just gonna have that. Obviously, I don't want my mom or my stepmom or my family members to see the content, but I don't mind if they see that I have an OnlyFans. I don't want them to log in because that'd be disgusting. I'm confident enough to be like, if they do bring it up, that this is me, this is what I'm choosing to do with my life, and you can support me and love me for me, or you cannot, and you can go do your own thing. Have you had many queer women fans? Do they behave differently than straight men? Like I said, I haven't had a lot of queer women fans on my OnlyFans, I don't think, unless they just don't like, because you can't see what gender anybody is. A lot of the times usernames are just numbers and letters. So a lot of times I don't know. But for the ones that I do know, I do see a difference in how they speak. I don't know, a lot of the times they have been a little bit more respectful, I guess. I don't know. And it's not like I think the guys are disrespectful. I don't think that at all. They're honestly very, very respectful. Everybody has been incredible on my OnlyFans. I've only had one kind of not so cool moment, but everyone has been super respectful. I enjoy all my fans on there though. They're honestly all so incredible, and I really get to know them because I talk in the DMs a lot, and I don't know, I just like it. One thing you hate and one thing you love about your fans on the platform. One thing I love is how connected we become and how often I'm able to talk to the people on my OnlyFans. On Instagram, it's a little bit harder to talk to people in the DMs because I do get a lot more DMs just because I have so many more followers on like Instagram and stuff like that. But on OnlyFans, I have a smaller amount of followers because obviously people are paying for it. And so I'm able to really connect with people, and I love that. The one thing I hate about it is maybe that people expect me to be on the app speaking to people very, very often because they are paying for it. I do communicate with everybody almost daily. And so when I do have an off day where I'm like, I don't want to be on OnlyFans, or I'm going and doing something with my friends, and then I get a bunch of messages like, hey, are you there? Are you there? I'm like, I'm a human being. I'm not a robot. I'm not consistently on the app. So that's one thing that kind of gets frustrating. But everyone has been very kind when I say, hey, I'm busy today. I'm not going to be on the app. So they are understanding. It's just getting those messages, I get a little bit frustrated. Best and worst experience I've had. So that's kind of like the same thing. The worst experience that I've had is I got a message randomly from a random like new follower that said, you have the worst OnlyFans I've ever seen. And I'm like, okay, then leave. I didn't block him or anything because, you know, he paid, so I would love to keep that money. I put in a lot of work into my OnlyFans, so I feel like there's no way it could be the worst one that this person has ever seen. But I think it was just like somebody hateful that was probably doing that to like everybody's OnlyFans. He was probably like subscribing and then just saying like hate comments. Some people get off by that or something. I don't really know. Yeah, that was probably the worst experience. It only happened one time and I don't mind it because you still have to pay to get onto my OnlyFans and to message me that. So as long as you paid, I'm fine. And then the best experience has probably been actually the interaction with other creators that I have. I've made like so many random friends with creators, and we like each other's pics and we share tips and just talk about things that I can't really talk about with other people that aren't in the industry, that aren't doing OnlyFans, because I feel like we just get each other on this sort of level that obviously someone who's not doing it is not going to understand. So it's been kind of the interaction with the other creators that has really made it amazing. Honestly, all the girls on Twitter are so sweet. Was it a hard decision to post more than bikini photos? So like I said, this was a slow progression. I didn't start right away, like right off the bat, posting like nude pictures. It wasn't a hard decision because I thought about what I was doing and I was like, this is my body and I'm not selling it, I'm not giving it away, I'm giving away pictures. And I'm not even giving those pictures away. I'm posting pictures of something that we all have and has been such a taboo thing to share. But at the end of the day, we literally all have a pair of boobs. We all have genitalia. We all have a stomach. We all have a booty. We all have this. Why is it so scary to just show it? Free the nipple. We've made it such like this taboo thing, but it's something that we all have. We all know what it looks like. Why is it so taboo? I don't know. So for me, I think my mind is just meant to do something like this. It wasn't a hard decision for me. If it's a hard decision for you, I would recommend you not do it. I think you need to do something that you're comfortable with. And if you're not comfortable with it, then don't do it. Do you have any disappointing outcomes when you come out to someone as an OnlyFans girl, especially when you're talking to somebody? So yes, I've had a few experiences with people, with friends and with somebody that I've talked to, where they were not 100% about me doing this. I've always just been like, I'm gonna do me. I've never felt more secure in like being myself than now because I can't hide it. This is what I'm doing. I'm comfortable with that and no one can tell me that I can't do something. So when I started in December, I was actually talking to somebody and she was like, that's disgusting. She literally told me that it was disgusting. And at this point, I had only been posting bikini pictures, like stuff that this girl was posting on her Instagram. Like that's all I had been posting at that time. So the fact that she said it was disgusting, obviously I knew this person was not for me. She is not open-minded. And I didn't really care because I was like, okay, well then you're not for me. We didn't stop talking because of that. Like she just said it was disgusting and then we never really talked about it again. But we did stop talking for other reasons just because we were not like on the same vibe, obviously. We were just different. And then I didn't really talk to anybody. And then I had a friend tell me that they would never date somebody that would sell nudes, I guess. Like she literally just said that and she was just a friend. So I was like, okay. I never really addressed that comment. Now I just know where she stands and I just won't be as close to her because of that, because I just think it was disrespectful almost when I didn't ask your opinion. We just don't talk about it and that'll be what it is. And then the last time that it happened was with somebody that I was seriously talking to, and that person said that She didn't want her friends and family to find out, which we talked about, and she felt differently later on. But hearing that I cried about it because I was just so irritated almost. Some things aren't as bad as you might think they are. You really need to get to know a situation before you can just say something's bad. So yeah, I've had some situations where people didn't agree with it. I've had some situations where people said it was gross, and I just don't give a fuck. I don't care what you think, and if you don't want to be friends with me because of that, if you don't want to date me because of that, then that's fine. I don't want to be with someone who's closed-minded anyways. I want to be with someone who's open-minded and who would give me a chance to show them who I am, and if they don't want to, then that's fine, because I don't care. I haven't really had any experience talking about it with family members besides my sister, because I live with her, and she's an open-minded person and is like, do whatever you want, I don't give a fuck. Would you date someone who is also an OnlyFans creator, or would that be too weird? No, that'd be amazing, because then we could do content together and we could help each other grow and shoot each other's content and stuff like that. Like, I think that would just be fun. What's been your favorite request from a fan? Oh my god, I got the best request. I think it was 2 days ago. This guy asked to do a Skype call, and I was like, okay, because he paid $500, and I was like, perfect. I was expecting to be on the call for like 30 minutes, and I got in lingerie, and I was expecting like that we were gonna chat. Like, I didn't really know what he wanted, but I was like, $500, let's do this. I was expecting to be on for 30 minutes. I was expecting to do like a lot of chatting, maybe like some sexting type thing, but like through Skype, not sexting, but like talking. I don't know. So I was expecting to do something, but he just asked to like look at my body basically, and I had my lingerie on, and after like, I wanna say 5 minutes, he just turned off the Skype call, and I was like, oh my god, he hates me. But I also got paid $500. And then he texted after, and I didn't message because I was like, I don't know if he's gonna ask for a refund or something. He's like, hey, thanks so much, I came. And I was like, this is the best thing that I've ever done. It was 5 minutes of my time, I got $500 for it, and that was my favorite request. So, how do you maintain your self-worth? Personally, I would lose all self-worth doing OnlyFans. I think that's sad. I don't know, this is all, like, again, it's your self-worth. It's how you view yourself, and I view myself as an amazing human being. I'm a caring friend and sister. I'm a strong, independent woman. I am thoughtful. I'm fun. Like, that's how I measure my self-worth. I'm open to learning new things. I'm open to learning about different people's experiences. I'm open-minded. That's how I measure my self-worth. I don't measure it on if I post like a sexy photo. I don't know. For me, they're just two different things. Obviously, that's, you know, this industry is not for everybody. And if it's not for you, then that's okay. And you can measure your own self-worth on your own terms. But I feel happy and comfortable in my skin, and that's how I measure my self-worth. I don't think it lowers my worth by doing what I'm doing. And if it lowers my worth to you, I don't care. Like, my bank account is healthy, my body is healthy, my family and friends are healthy, and that's all that I care about. Another one says, is it considered porn? Not trying to insult you, I'm just curious. So I know I already answered if I feel like I'm doing porn, and I don't, but I didn't answer if OnlyFans is porn. OnlyFans is not a porn website. It is a website for creators to post content and get paid for it. That's all it is. You can post whatever you want on there. It is not a porn site. How do I start an OnlyFans? I've been thinking about it. So I'm not gonna show you today how to start an OnlyFans. Honestly, just go onto the website just like any other website. Just log in, make an account. But maybe I can make a second video on like how to set up certain things or how to use OnlyFans. I can do that maybe sometime if you're interested. So let me know in the comments down below. Ooh, one of my friends says, do you take and edit your own content, Photoshop, and all of that? So I do take my own content. I just have a little tripod with a ring light. It's like a small one that I got on Amazon. I just put my phone on there, and I use my watch to take the pictures. So I'll put it like 3 seconds, hit the thing, and then pose or whatever. I take all my own pictures. I mostly take them on my phone. I read that on OnlyFans, the reason why it's so different from other places to get this type of content is because it is very personal. It's on your phone, so people feel like it's just like more personal, like, oh, I'm sending you this from my phone, like I just took it, I just sent it to you. So it feels a little bit more personal for those people. So that's why I don't do any like heavy photo shoots. I mean, sometimes I do. Sometimes I'll have Colton like take some like lingerie pictures with my camera for me. But for the most part, I take my own content just with my phone, and then I edit it like on Facetune or Visco, and just like simple edits and stuff like that. How much do you make? Should I share this? Well, I'll give you guys a ballpark range because it does change, and I've been making more every single month since I started. I do have a video on how much I made in the first 2 weeks. It's on my channel, so I'll link that down below. And since then, it's only like grown, so it's grown a lot. I would say in a week I make somewhere in between $800 and $1,500 because that changes. In a month I make anywhere from like $3,000 to $5,000. So it just depends. It's always been kind of a ballpark, and every month it's been growing. I also make money outside of OnlyFans, but from having an OnlyFans. So because I have an OnlyFans, some guys want to Venmo you money randomly, or some guys want to send you PayPal money or Cash App, like whatever other app. So they'll ask for that, and then they'll send you money there for like phone calls or Skype. You know, they don't always send it through the OnlyFans app. And so that's why I can't really tell you exactly how much I make in total from it, because a lot of the money also comes from other places, and on OnlyFans I only see that number that I make from whatever they send me there, and then all the stuff that comes from the other apps, I don't really keep track of it as much, which I probably should. Oh wait, do you think it's a good idea for a couple to do? So I'm not gonna tell anybody that it's a good idea to do. I don't know your life. I don't know if you're gonna make money. Not everyone's gonna make money on OnlyFans. You have to put a lot of work into it. So I'm not gonna tell you it's a good idea. I don't know. If I was in a relationship, I would wanna make couples content. Maybe that's your answer. But I'm not gonna tell anyone to do something because I don't know your life. I don't know if you work in a corporate office where you will get fired for doing this. I don't know what your situation is. So I'm not gonna tell anyone it's a good idea to do. What if someone steals your content? Like I said, this is gonna happen. Someone is gonna steal your content. Someone is gonna take a screenshot of your content. Luckily, it is illegal to do that. So if you do find that someone is leaking your content, sharing your content, you can take legal action, and OnlyFans will help do that. So it isn't something that you have to do on your own. Those people will be prosecuted for the crime that they're committing. Don't worry about that. If you want to do something, do it. If you are worried about people seeing your content, I would recommend not doing that. If you're so concerned about people stealing your content, don't be on OnlyFans. Don't post the type of content that you're scared is gonna get leaked. Do you live cam on OnlyFans? I do not live cam on OnlyFans. I have tried once and it was just super laggy. I also saw one of my friends live camming once and it was very laggy for her too. So I just don't think it's the best platform to live stream on. Someone said, is it awkward? For me personally, I don't feel awkward about it. Not for me. It's not awkward for me. I'll just say that. Has someone ever recognized you from OnlyFans? Okay, so I think yes, actually. I was walking with one of my best friends at one of my old apartment complexes, not where I live now, but where I lived before. This guy stopped us and was like, oh my gosh, like, it's you. And I was just like, who? Who am I? And he was like, oh, I watch your YouTube videos. And I make LGBT content videos most of the time, and I do have a good following of men, but I was just like, like I just was like not getting the vibe that he watched my YouTube videos. And then he was like, oh, I mean, my girlfriend watches your YouTube videos. And then I was like, well, that's even weirder, because then why is your girlfriend watching LGBT stuff? And I was like, okay, like I was being nice. I was just like, yeah. It just felt like he'd seen my OnlyFans and he was trying to find something else to say that he's seen of mine. But it was fine. Like, either way, I don't care. People can come say hi anytime. I don't feel weird about it. How much did you make in your first week on OnlyFans? So like I said, I have a whole video on how much I made in a week on OnlyFans. I think it was like, or no, I have one that's in 2 weeks how much I made. And it is linked down below, that video, so you can check it out after this one. Like I said, in 1 week or in 2 weeks, I've made way more than that video. It's just grown since then. That was just like my first time. But yeah, you guys can check that video out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.